Going on, everybody? Arthur Solomon here with the Solomon Group. I've got my good friend Bill Stout here.
Hey, guys.
And we want to have a discussion with you, more or less, and introduce you to Inside Out Youth and what this program is about. I actually just found out about it a couple months ago, had no idea of all the different things that it does for the community, and very grateful to have somebody like you in Springfield and pouring into our youth, and not just the youth, but also into the community in general. So, Bill, maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Inside Out Youth, and we'll get going from there.
Well, hi, I'm Bill Stout, and I'm the founder of Inside Out Youth. My wife, Deborah, and I, we founded the ministry actually way back in 1998. We started, and we've been located in the old Kiefer School building on the corner of Wittenberg and Pleasant since 2006. We bought that 60,000 square foot building, established a community center, after-school program, number of youth activities serving youth and their families, working with Paul Miller, who's the president of Inside Out now. And we serve a free meal to kids in the community and their families every day after school from 4:30 to 5:30. On weekends, on Saturdays, we're open from 6 to 10. We also provide a safe place for kids to come and take part in activities. Like we have an open gym every day from 4 to 8. We have a teen center with games and place with some computers where kids can get on and do their homework. We've got a number of computers set up. I think there's 10 computers there right now, and they can get some help with their homework or extra credit projects they might be working on for school, along with video games and other type activities there. So it's really a safe hangout, a good wholesome environment. We teach a youth devotional message every day in the gym, which really helps a lot with character development and try to keep kids from, keep them on the right track and give them a place as an alternative to the streets, as an alternative to a lot of the junk that's out there.
So you feed a lot of kids. How many kids would you say you have fed through that?
Oh, we've served over 100,000 meals there in that building easily, and that's a very, very conservative estimate. We also send meals out from our place in the summer. We do a summer meals program where we send meals out to low-income housing apartments like Sunset and Rodez Manor. A lot of the kids in those places, in those areas, depend on the school lunch to eat every day. They have parents that have to work for a living that might be in single parent environments or other situations in their house where they just don't have warm meals, or some of them don't have meals at all. So we provide meals there. We've got a vision for increasing our after-school meals program to be able to serve meals to a number of the other youth ministries in the county that also might have a need for meals for the kids that are coming to their programs but don't have the ability and the resources to actually cook it and provide a hot meal. So we got a big vision for that in years to come. But right now, I think we've served about 100,000 meals right here at the Wittenberg location.
And I think you had mentioned right now it's fully coming out of your pocket, basically. It's fully funded.
Yeah, we're funding the entire ministry right now, really through program services. We have very little, we have no government grants coming in right now, very little coming from donations. We've just a few of us are working really hard to make sure that we meet the heat bill. One of the big challenges with the ministry here, and we wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now, but one of the big challenges is it's a 60,000 square foot building, and it's a 100-year-old building. So, the boiler was built in 1987, I think, and so it's not uncommon for the heat bill alone to exceed $10,000 in the winter months. It's probably close to $100,000 a year annual utility budget alone. Wow. In addition to the rest of the upkeep, that's before we pay any staff. So there's a wonderful opportunity, and we're touching a lot of lives, but there's also a big need for resources.
Absolutely. So how do you think that the closing down of Kroger on the 72 corridor will impact our community?
Well, unless somebody can get in there immediately and continue to keep that store operating to provide services to the community, needed services like groceries and food, but also to provide some activity there in that location, I think it's going to have a disastrous effect. Not only are people going to be hurt by not being able to buy the groceries. There's so many people there in that John Street area, the Hope for Housing Project, the Lincoln Park Housing, the Sunset Apartments, the Cornerstone Apartments, Springwood, Springfield Village. There's so many. Just so many people there that really don't have good transportation. I mean, I know a lot of those people have cars, but I personally know a lot of them that don't, and they can't afford to get across town to do their shopping, so they need those services. But not only that, the area is so blighted. So many businesses have moved out. So much enterprise has moved away. Taking away something as big as a Kroger is going to have a downward spiral effect on the other businesses in the community. So unless something happens immediately, by the time it does happen, it could be too late for the area, really. Maybe some other businesses will close down. So somebody needs to take that store immediately, keep it open, keep people employed, keep activity happening in the area.
Well, I know it's something that we've reached out. Me being on the board, we've reached out to Brian Heck and Tom Franzen. Shout out to you guys, and hopefully will give us some serious consideration to maybe open up a food market or a community market, or be able to have the food program from that Kroger's. And
yeah, we have you and I have talked, and several other board members. We have a plan. I believe Inside Out is ready, willing, and able to move in and reestablish a market there, a community food market, to continue to provide the staples, the groceries, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh meats, other grocery type items that people in the community need. But also, a lot of the services that we're providing on the corner of Wittenberg and Pleasant are not accessible to kids and families in the area of John Street and Limestone. A lot of services, which is why we take the meals to the low-income apartment complexes in the summertime. Those kids can't come to Inside Out, but they still get just as hungry as the kids in our neighborhood. So if we're able to acquire that building, we would actually move an after-school food program there, and that kitchen could serve as a hub to provide services to so many people in that area. And it's a terribly, terribly underserved area. There could be, an after-school center there very similar to what we have on Wittenberg. There, after-school mentoring, activities, recreation. I also think there's opportunities, tremendous entrepreneurial opportunities
100%.
for people to, maybe establish a shared kitchen type restaurants for people, especially cultural type businesses, maybe people that wouldn't have the resources to go out and rent a place and try, or maybe they might need somebody to come alongside them and help them learn how to operate a business, how to do the bookkeeping, and how some of the things that it takes. And it could be like an incubator for that. And we've got enough experience. I've actually started a number of businesses in my life that were successful. I started 3 businesses that grew to over $1 million in assets within just a few years. So we have a little bit of experience that we could help some people utilizing that, I think, to have some real entrepreneurial opportunities. So not only could we keep that place operating, but we could actually make it grow beyond what it is now and impact the community in a bigger way than it has in the past.
You're definitely really passionate about it, and I believe you live on the south side of town yourself, right?
Yeah. My wife and I live in the 500 block of South Fountain. We've been there since we've been on South Fountain since 2004, and we actually, the Inside Out facility has actually rehabbed several homes. I think we've rehabbed 8 homes there within 2 blocks, 13 different dwelling units that we've rehabbed to make, to try to grow the south area. We've taken every one of those buildings was dilapidated, vacant, and uninhabitable when we acquired them, and we've completely rehabbed them and now providing safe, decent, affordable housing for families in the community. And we live right there in the block, so we're very, very passionate about the South End of Springfield, about trying to make lives better for the people that live there.
That's amazing. One of the things that I also noticed is there's a dental office on the same campus as the actual school, and you acquired that a couple of years ago.
We did.
And can you just talk about the opportunity with that dental office and partnering up with the youth, and the fact that there's no dental offices on the south side at all?
Yeah, right now I'm not aware of a dental office, south of that Mason-Dixon line in Springfield, where people, especially people who might need to take advantage of Medicaid or government services, but really any dental office at all. I'm not aware of a single dental office on the south side of Springfield that's accessible to the kids. I'm also not really aware of a dental office in Springfield that accepts Medicaid. So a lot of the kids that we're serving, they really can't get services unless it's an absolute emergency. I've actually known some of our kids that have had emergencies where they've gone to the hospital over a toothache and had to have their permanent adult teeth pulled when they're like 13 and 14 years old, because there's no place where they can get the basic services that are needed. Even if even if their parents were able to get them there, they can't get it. It's not accessible. I know that Rocking Horse supposedly has a dental office in their place, but the simple truth of the matter is they almost never have a dentist working there. They had a dentist for a few months and he left. Right now there's no dentist available there. They do I'm not criticizing them. They do a wonderful job in the core function, what they're there to do, take care of sick kids, but they don't have a passion for this program, at least not that I can see, enough to keep it there. We've acquired this dental office, and we have a vision. We believe that if we could get a network of dentists together and set up a nonprofit dental office, that's all they're going to do. That's going to be their passion. And we can work with the families of the kids. One of the big barriers, and one of the reasons I think that a lot of dentists don't want to go after that type of business, is because a lot of the parents don't come in for services unless it's an emergency. They don't take their kids in for basic services or, teeth cleanings and x-rays and things like that. It's not that they don't care, but a lot of these kids have single parents and moms that are low to moderate income where they just can't afford to take off work unless it's an emergency. So they don't get the cleanings. And I think that an organization like ours could help with completing the paperwork, providing the transportation, whatever paperwork. So maybe mom doesn't personally bring the kid in, but we make sure that all the right paperwork is signed and, that the T's crossed and the I's dotted, and we physically take the child there and make sure that it happens. And it'd be easy to do because the kids are already at our center. They're already coming to play basketball. They're already coming to get a free meal. It'd be very easy to just walk next door and, take care of those teeth while we're at it. And if we can do that, then there won't be as many major services needed. And when they are needed, the organization would be able to foot the bill for that because we would be able to do enough of the basic services. That's our vision for it. I think it's a really, really solid vision. We just need to communicate it to some of the local dentists. I think there are a lot of dentists in the area that care. They really care, and they would do something if they had a venue, a location, an environment where they could, and they had somebody that could actually get the kids and the people that need these services to show up to get them. And that's where I think Inside Out can make a tremendous difference.
I definitely agree. So if you're a dentist and you're interested in this opportunity, you want to give back to the community, you want to serve in some capacity, we definitely would love to talk to you a little bit more. As far as daycare, we're in the process of working out a daycare. Can you just talk a little bit about that? And
yeah, at one time, Inside Out operated a daycare, and that's another service that is desperately needed in the community. We're in the process of working with another organization to locate a daycare in our building. This organization will be an affiliate of Inside Out, so but it'll operate as a separate entity so that they can put all of their focus on providing the best child care available to the families in the area. So we're in the licensing process right now for Little Champions Learning Center. And hopefully within the next, hopefully before summer, we don't have an exact date. The license application has already been submitted. We're just waiting on the state to do, their due diligence and come out. But hopefully before summer, we'll be operating a child care center there in the building also. And I think that's I know that's a really big need. There's waiting lists right now, especially for people that need Title 20, assistance for their daycare. And that's just one more of the things that would work very nicely with the dental program that we have envisioned and such.
Absolutely. As far as the event that we're looking to do, we want to get the community, we want people to come in that are leaders in the community that want to come in and take a look at our building, see what we're doing now, right?
Yeah.
And be able to give feedback and insight. And I know we've had Sheriff Deb Burchett. Thank you for reaching out. Melissa Tuttle, Shane Carter, countless people that have reached out. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. That's still in the planning, and hopefully we'll be able to take that information that we get and be able to implement that and make this a really great community center. And I don't know, maybe you could say a couple words about that.
Yeah, well, it's amazing because since you came on board and since Paul Miller took over as president, you folks have been talking to so many people in the community, and so many people say, "Why didn't we know about this? We didn't." You've been there since, 15 years. You've been there.
I didn't know about it 6 months ago.
The truth is, we've just been so busy doing what we do, and often with on a shoestring, often with very limited resources and very limited people that that we're so busy doing it, we don't have time to go out and tell people about what we're doing. And that's my fault. But you guys are doing an amazing job of just making people aware. So that's what we want to do, is have an open house where people can come and see for yourself what's going on here at the Inside Out Center, what's going on in the lives of some of the kids. Maybe come in while we're operating, meet some of the kids, and sit down and have a dinner. The dinners we serve, by the way, are absolutely phenomenal. It's more like home cooked meals. It's not, not knocking the school lunch, cafeteria lunches. But boy, I hear so many stories about those. I never ate the school lunch when I was a kid. I took my lunch money and pocketed it. But I hear so many stories about that. But I mean, the meals that we're cooking, like today, we're having sausage gravy, biscuits, gravy, scrambled eggs, cheesy potato wedges, and homemade apple pie for dessert. It's all going to be hot. That's what kids need: hot, filling, healthy meals. So many kids aren't getting that right now. So yeah, we want you to come in and see.
Absolutely. So as far as closing this out, wrapping it up, as far as us operating, obviously you said on the shoestring budget, we're looking for funding, we're looking for partners, we're looking for people that are looking to volunteer. United Way, we're getting ready to submit that grant by Friday, so look out for that. Turner Foundation, Springfield Foundation, I mean, anybody that wants to partner up with us, we are looking for people to help make this a successful community center. So reach out to us and let's talk. We'll have more videos following up on our progress.
Great.
Bill, thank you very much.